The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
And I'm ready to go crazy because the Celtics are going all the way.
Hey, Nick, go handle our light work.
Bowl games matter.
I would like a cold cut sandwich.
Attaboy, happen.
You can call him Eamon Owens because he ain't got no D and he ain't got no J.
James Madison.
Turn your body cams off. Do what you do. Birdie in a good spot, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know where the buttons are. Just like every time I do this, it's the first time. Welcome to Craft Brewed Sports. I am your host, Scott Kaiser. Mike's not here, so the fuckery begins, and I will be the first one to drop the F-bomb. Mookie, what's going on, my man?
You're living the dream while I sit there on mute, apparently. God damn it. This is a show already, and we're 100 seconds in. So, this is what happens. This is why Berlin doesn't get PTO days. He gets 5 sick days a year, and he's using them all up today.
Yeah, wow. Every time he leaves, it's a giant disaster. It's the kids running the show. But hey, we got that bar here with us because, again, when it's just the two of us, gotta have
Jesus take the wheel. Jesus take the wheel, because I can guarantee you none of us have it.
Bar, how's it going, my man?
It's good, man. It's good. I'm glad to be here. It's always a bummer when Mike's not here, but I guess I'll try and slide in, and I'll read the outro for you so that one goes smoothly at the tail end of the show. So, I'm doing great. The Mets are playing well. We're doing good. Happy to be here.
Wait, shit, Scott, hold on. Let's just do it over. I got this. I forgot. I wrote this shit down.
Yeah, let's start over again. Right, welcome to Craft Brewed Sports and Mookie.
No, hold on. If we're going to do it, let's fucking do it right,
The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
All right, that's too damn long to write. Hey there, everyone, and welcome to Craft Brewed Sports. I'm Mike, and here with me, as always, is Scott. Scott, how you doing?
That goes so much smoother when you do it that way because I'm so used to being tossed to. But hell of a replay there, Mookie. I enjoyed that you just restarted the entire show.
Is that not allowed? Isn't that the way things work in 2025? If you don't like where things are going, you just pretend like nothing happened and do what you want anyways. And yes, Joe, pointing out fucking amateur hour. That is exactly what this is. That's what you've tuned in to see. By the way,
it really is.
Yeah, I love the new art though. By the way,
thanks for tuning in, Joe. We appreciate it, even though it's just gonna be you ripping us in the chat the entire time. I'm okay with it. It's fine. We got a show for you tonight. We're going to talk a whole lot of NFL. We're going to talk some other stuff that ChatGPT told us we're going to talk about. Mike left us a whole rundown. It's like when your parents were going out of town and finally trusting you to stay home alone. There's like a list of things to do, not do, codes. We're going to throw those out the window and throw a party and just kind of freelance it because that's how I roll. We might as well go from there to getting into these beers that we got. Mookie, you got that ready for me? Nope, I got it this time.
Oh, you want the music? Sorry, I was going to say, we've got tons to get to tonight, but first, let's talk about these beers we're drinking tonight.
Well done, Mookie. Mookie, what's in your beer? Rated on the Caesar scale, dog or no dog?
Oh, man. Yeah, this one, I don't know. We'll see. It's Tres Amigos Lime and Salt Lager. Smells amazing. Smells just like a Corona that's already had the lime squeezed in it. But as I was pointing out pre-show, this one is just barely under 3 years old, and I don't know that it's good. So we might have another sip or two before I can make a judgment. But I'm not gonna say it's not a dog because it's a 3-year-old dog, and I feel like that's on me. When my dog was turning 17 and he was limping and shitting everywhere, that's not his fault, that's mine, because I just kept him around too long. So pass.
I was just gonna say that went a direction.
It got dark. Got a little dark.
Talking about your dog that you kept alive too long. I think it works out all right. Well, Bar, what's in your mug, and is it a dog?
So since I'm not down with the frozen water government agency, I decided to kind of celebrate Cinco de Mayo, and I am drinking a Cerveza de Oveja, which translates to beer of sheep, from Hardywood Brewing here in Richmond, Virginia. They just released it this weekend. They'll have Cerveza de Noche, which is going to be their dark Mexican lager coming out, 5% ABV. It's a dog. Can't complain. Mexican lager, May. It's perfect.
Good
But they
stuff.
called you a sheep.
What? Well, yeah. I gotta fix my camera here because it got tilted. Yeah, we're firing on all cylinders, boys. I am drinking a disappointing beer. I am with another sour, and I'm giving a non-urban artifact beer a chance to sway me on the sours on the local level. So tonight I went with Rheingeist Acoustic Glow. It's their fruited sour. It comes in at a weak 4.5%, and it's not great. It is not a dog. It tastes mostly like bad champagne that you'd get on New Year's Eve. Like not even like the halfway decent stuff. Like it's just okay as hell, and there's no real fruit for the. It tastes like just bad champagne. So I'm not even really sure where they got the sour from. It's sour, it's bitter, it's not great, Bob. But I'm gonna power through because it's the beer that I have.
So you're drinking the Andres of champagne beers.
Yeah, I really am. Like it's
a $5 bottle of champagne.
I mean, now hold on a
Walmart
minute.
in college.
For
Yeah,
$5,
it's
Andre's
not
pretty
great.
good. For $5, Andre's pretty good. Come on. Like,
I mean, I'm not really sure. Like the other ones have like flavor profiles they're going for and things that they. This just said fruited sour, so like there's no specific, fruited. Pick one.
Oh, so it's
and-
right.
Yeah, and it feels like they picked none. Like it's just a dry ass flavorless beer. So
it's a LaCroix. Cool.
yeah. Anyway, let's check out what beers you guys are drinking in the chat. Gabe checking in with Backspin from R&D Brewing. It's a hazy IPA, 7%. Says it's a dog. Joe chiming in saying that he had a Fiddlerhead IPA with dinner. Small dog. It's like a Pomeranian.
yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, they can be all right as long as they're not biting your ankles.
I was gonna say that's borderline rat territory, but watch out.
All right, guys, let us know what you are drinking in the chat. Let us know if it is a dog or no dog, and we are going to go ahead and get started with our first thing in the show. Let's talk some football. A fan is suing the NFL for $100 million.
Oh boy.
But it gets better because the reason that this fan is suing for $100 million is because they are a fan of Colorado football. They attended Colorado and TCU back in 2023. And Shedeur Sanders had himself a big game. The plaintiff, only known as John Doe, because why would you put your name to this if you're trying to?
We deserve to know, though.
Is alleging that the NFL basically it caused the drop of Shedeur Sanders into the 5th round, saying that the NFL, quote, the NFL's actions and dissemination of slanderous statements have caused him or her rather severe emotional distress and trauma. I got nothing for this. It goes on to say that it, quote, also contributed to a narrative that has unjustly harmed Shedeur's reputation as a potential for his potential and as a player. Also saying that the NFL violated multiple laws, including the Sherman Antitrust Act, because teams colluded to influence Sanders' fall to the 5th round. The Civil Rights Act, because why not? And saying that the fall may have been influenced by racial discrimination. And consumer protection laws, because the league misrepresented the nature of the drafting process and qualifications of its players. That's right, $100 million damages is what they're seeking. Guys, give me your thoughts because I love every bit of this. I love it.
We talked a little pre-show, and now hearing this all spelled out, I am reminded of the great Billy Madison quote. And this is the judge to the plaintiff in this case. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in the room is now dumber for having listened to it. I mean, the fuck? Now, did you say they attended the TCU versus Colorado game, or that this person attended both TCU and Colorado in the year?
No, they in 2023 they went to the Colorado TCU game. Apparently, Shedeur Sanders had a really good game that day. Statistically or whatever. And I'm not sure if that contributed to the fanhood or that's just like cited as a reason why they're a really big fan. But I mean, whoever this is attended Colorado, so just like in general, you would think, all right, you're a fan of the team, but sounds like they may be kind of fair weather at their own school. Like, hey, as recently as 2023,
right, exactly.
Checks notes, that was 2 years ago. I attended a game and became a big Shedeur Sanders fan. Like, huh? I don't know. Bar, you're over there laughing off camera. I mean, this is awesome.
I need this to go to trial. I need it to go to. I need it. I need a jury. I need a court transcript of all this. And what I need more than anything else is I need the plaintiff to call Mel Kiper as a character witness to Shedeur Sanders. So Mel Kiper can get one more rant off about how much he loves Shedeur and how he should have gone top 10. And then I need the defense to call in Reese Davis because I also want that discourse between the two of them put in a court record. This is so absurd. I have no stance to take except for I hope he fucking wins because fuck the NFL for making as much money as they do. I'm here for the little man to get his money in the year of our Lord in the economy of 2025. Get your money, my man. I hope you're right. Although, I mean, Shedeur fell because he's not good. That's the long and short of it.
Can I change my answer? Actually, I want to change my answer because
wait, what was your answer? Did you take a stance?
Oh, this is fucking stupid. Like, what?
Oh.
What I mean, resources. Like, are we kidding here? But having heard that point, it clicked that, yeah, if this thing goes to trial, that now means this fan basically has open license to subpoena anyone involved with the NFL, college football. You could subpoena them about fucking anything, and they have to show up and answer questions. Like, and it's genius because, yeah, that's true of any civil or criminal, proceedings. You have subpoena power, but like this is them suing them over football fandom, which is so absurd because it opens you up to all these areas where it's like, look, I need to talk to Lee Corso about this. I want to know why the old ball coach didn't speak up for Shedeur. I'm going to drag him in the courtroom or we'll throw him in jail for contempt, damn it. Constitutional right to face my accuser or person who had Shedeur fall in the draft, apparently.
Now, does Lee Corso put on a mascot head when he's on the witness stand?
He does it or we riot, right? I mean, like,
correct.
What's the point of calling up to the stand if he's not going to?
That's why I need this in the court system.
Yeah.
A, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, and the court transcripts are going to be A+ for it.
That'd be brilliant.
And B, like, I kind of need the precedent set. I need him to win a little bit because fuck, I like to sue some sports leagues for emotional anguish. Scott, we've watched our guys right that shoulder. We watched the Niners lose 3 Super Bowls in the last 12 years. We are owed some fucking money because I have lost so much sleep and spent so much money on alcohol.
I like the idea of this fan parading in multiple owners, Roger Goodell, calling Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, like just all of them. Like I need everybody to be called.
You know what I would do? I would call Kirk Herbstreit to the stand, and I'd be like, Kirk, was Ben truly a good boy? A good boy. I need you. I remind you, you're under oath. Was Ben a good boy?
That's you know what? Well done, Mookie. Well done.
This is where we're really missing Mike because I can't wait to hear Mike's Lou Holtz on the stand. Talking about it's definitely going to be against Shedeur Sanders because let's be very real about Lou Holtz.
Yeah.
I wish, because just imagine Lou Hole saying I can't even do it. Shedeur Sanders. There's
Yeah,
so many
don't
S's in
try.
there.
Don't try.
I'm
Oh
gonna
God,
leave that one to
bad.
Mike. I'm gonna leave that one to Mike. But yeah, I need all of these people paraded up on the stand and all of these transcripts. And I just need them animated and like voices to be done. Oh, I need it all.
This is what I need to know from you, Matt, is if you had a choice, right? You cited the 49ers, so we'll stick with them. If you had a choice of being able to question Jed York and God damn it, who's the GM, the safety guy?
John Lynch.
Yes, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. If you had the option of questioning them on the stand and they answer, so therefore basically your case is thrown out, but they answer your questions, or would you go without the answers to your questions and ask for the big payday?
I want the fucking money, dude. The fuck? I got a mortgage to pay.
I mean, that's fair, but like if you
I want answers, but if they said, hey, here's $10 million, or, and hear me out,
we'll pay you $10 million to not ask us about Colin Kaepernick on the stand.
We'll answer 5-year questions, or we'll give you $10 million. The answers to those questions are not worth $2 million a pop, and I can guarantee that. Ignorance is fucking bliss. If I don't have to know, but I can still get paid, done. Game over.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. They could offer me way less than $10 million to just settle out of court. Like, I mean, have you seen the price of Sunday Ticket? I'd probably be like, just give me a lifetime subscription to Sunday Ticket. We'll be fine, right? Like how many thousands of dollars does that add up to? I don't know. Like, it would never make it to court. I would like this. This is one of those things where I hope that they are suing with the intent of not actually winning, but just getting something out of it.
Scott plans it out so he can serve them the papers himself, because while he serves them the papers, he also slides a contract that just says, "We will buy Scott Kaiser an NFL Sunday Ticket for life. Sign here. Check yes or no. Sign here." Like,
I do want to ask one question, Jerry. Is that your daughter? You're under oath. You're under fucking oath, Jera. So that is the one thing that I would make sure that I got to ask.
Okay, so if we pull this
speaking
off,
of Jera,
and you open this up and you can ask all these questions, like, all right, so clearly I want Bill Belichick up there. I'm going to ask him about Deflategate. What else are we pulling out though? Like, what are those other like?
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him about Jordan. I'm gonna be like, we're gonna get that question that wasn't answered. Where'd you two meet? Remember, you're under oath.
I want to get all of the racist owners up there. I want to get Jura. I want to get McNair from the Texans. I want to get we're gonna go drag up Jerry Richardson for some reason just so we can bring him back. Like, I want to see all of these guys just paraded up there and have to answer why their team didn't draft Shedeur Sanders. And I need the owners to do it without the GMs giving them talking points. I mean, I'm just here for it because you know one of them's gonna slip. They're gonna say something. They're just gonna have that little moment. They got a guy fired in the 80s from the old Bill Burr skit where he's talking about how a guy's great until he says one racist thing on air and then he's crying in front of a camera holding the boxes of his shit. I just need that because one of them would slip, and I so badly want it. Shit, this country's already saying the quiet part out loud. Let's get it on court record. Let's do that.
That's the thing too, though, Matt, is there's no way these guys would be able to sit there and basically plead the fifth out of it, right? They wouldn't, the egos, it would get at them too. You would ask them like a third or fourth question, and that's when the whole I plead the fifth would just run out. I love what Gabe's throwing in here in the chat. He says, I'm suing the college football playoff and bringing in Ticketmaster because of their fees. I like it. I like that.
That's a solid choice. I like that.
See, because Scott, that's where I thought you were going when you said Jordan. I was like, yeah, we start off suing him for football, but there's got to be some way we could weasel in there and be like, all right, MJ, did you really retire? Or did you just have to go away for a little while to clear up some gambling habits? And that's why you played baseball. Like, we could pull in a lot of people with this.
I'm not slandering MJ like that, but I mean,
what the fuck are you talking about?
It's just what I heard. Some people might say that he needed a little break from basketball because he had gambling debts. Some people say that.
Look. I'm not going to confirm nor deny whether I believe that, but you know what? Really, we're not going to get up there and slander MJ like that.
We would.
Yeah,
never
that's what I'm saying.
So rude. Yeah. Fair enough.
All righty, let's move on because shockingly enough, that wasn't the only lawsuit involving an NFL entity. Because remember when Steve Smith got found out on the phone, got called out on the phone for banging a guy's wife? Well, that guy is suing Steve Smith because in the state in which they live, that's a thing. You are allowed to sue for a where am I? I think I can find it. The name of the home wrecker law. And is that law in Carolina or?
That's what I was going to say.
I believe it's North Carolina. Yeah,
in the South. Also,
yeah, so I was just gonna say, it's like, so there's a law in North Carolina that basically says that if you cheat and the offended partner wants to, they can sue you. So the soon-to-be ex-husband, I assume, is suing Steve Smith for banging his wife, basically. So that's hilarious. He's seeking $100,000 in civil court. I mean, I think after seeing the $100 million that they're going for the NFL for Shedeur Sanders trauma, I feel like the home wrecker law could get you a little bit more than $100,000. But maybe that's just me. I don't know.
I mean, that's getting uncomfortable. Where it's like, oh, so your ex-wife is only worth that much to you, huh? Maybe that's why things didn't work out. Not Steve Smith, but I'm not here to tell people how to live their lives. I mean, Dorian's chiming in saying, and it's North Carolina, best law ever. He says he hopes he gets married. He hopes he gets married, and a rich person wants his wife. Look, man.
Well, apparently it's in North Carolina, South Dakota, Hawaii, Mississippi, New Mexico, and Utah. So there are only 7 states that have this law. Like Steve should have drove over state lines to bang this dude's wife. I
mean, it's wild, but like $100,000 is fucking nothing for what you can get from Steve Smith. I don't know why that doesn't have an extra zero on it. Because the worst case scenario, they'll bump it down. You always got to look.
You always shoot high.
Casey Kasem used to say it every time. This is the old man segment of the show. Casey Kasem used to say it every time he did his top 25 national songs. Like he's like, shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. And that's really what you got to do when you're suing a professional athlete. You got to go high because $100,000. This guy's probably going to walk away with about 15. Which, I mean, good for him for getting any sort of money on your wife being schlepped by Steve Smith. But, man, you got to aim higher. And this is another one where, guess what? I hope he wins.
Oh. Wait, why is it the more you know?
Well, because he's laying out life advice right here. I thought he was and give him the more you know. Like if you're gonna have a superstar bang your wife, you should aim higher. And I just see Mike finally chiming in. I'm like, well, this is an interesting timing segue. Mike saying, LMAO. I love the idea of being like, we can't bang here. Got to go to South Carolina. Got to protect this bag.
Right, exactly. No, that's absolutely the thing.
It's not too far. Only 20 minutes from Charlotte.
There you go. Like, imagine Steve's about to bang this thing out, but he's just like, yo, we got to drive up thing. And he's just like, all right, I'm not even going to go motel. We're just going to state line it, and we're just going to bang right here in the car, and I'm going to drive you back. And this dude finds out, and he's flipping out, and he's like, oh, don't get. And then Steve's got receipts like, yo, check the GPS. I was always in South Carolina when I was banging your wife, bro.
This is idea.
Sorry. To be a little bit of a Debbie Downer here, I'm guessing that it applies to home of record and where you live. So even if you
no, boo.
I know.
If I could. Nonsense. If I commit a crime in another state, I'm following their laws if they're beneficial, not the ones that would screw me over.
Mike chiming in saying that I think 100K is the most you're allowed to sue for under that law.
That's what I was.
Fletcher Cox got hit with the same suit, and I'll tell you what, it's 100K until it's more than that. You can set the fucking precedent. That's what we've always learned with the court system is there's always a precedent that can be set. If you can show that you lost your dual income. I don't know if they have kids. If they're dinks and they got dual income, no kids, and you lost your wife to that affair, and you can prove over X amount of years that you would have made X amount of money, I think you should be able to fucking recoup that. So you don't know until you try. So you got to have a lawyer with the biggest, with the huevos to get in there. Pedro Serrano running down to first base, and just absolutely be ready to go for more than 100K.
So, fun fact, because Matt, I'm thinking, while I love your thought process, and normally that's my go-to move, if the statute and the law actually has a maximum penalty written into it, can't really set a precedent. However, adultery is a class 2 misdemeanor in North Carolina. So why are you only suing when you could also be putting their ass in jail for that too? Give them the double whammy.
All right. Since you're already there looking at it, what are the maximum punishments for a class 2 misdemeanor in North Carolina?
Let's see. We're gonna have to click a link.
What if you only get a blowjob? Is that violating this law?
That's sodomy.
Oh, so there is a
I'm serious. That's sodomy. That's the definition of sodomy.
It's called alienation of affection.
Are you reading right? Alienation of affection. Are you sure this is the same law?
Alienation of affection.
Oh, I thought you said of infection. I was like,
I heard infection. I'm like, is this the Magic Johnson rule? What is this?
What is?
I mean, it is North Carolina. Like, who knows? Like, Gabe, you tell
us. Imagine getting hit with Magic Johnson law. Imagine it being named after you for something like that too. Oh God, that would suck. Hey, Mama, I made it. I had a law named after me, but don't look up what it is.
Murphy's off the hook at that point. Murphy's law is good. He's like, all right, I'm good. I'm golden, baby. We got the magic law. Where'd you get the magic law? Whew.
Oh man! All right, Mookie. What else did you find? Anything of note, or is it just?
No, I stopped because I already wasted too many Google searches on it. If you got to click more than 2 links, it ain't worth finding.
That's what I try to tell professors.
Right.
I couldn't do the research. I had to click on that 3rd link, so you knew it was over.
Mike did chime back in and say that BJs are only 20K.
Oh, see, so that's a deal. I mean, is it? Well, maybe. I guess it depends on how good the BJ is. Like, right?
Now,
like
as someone that's never paid for it before, nor had $20,000 to.
Right. I'm not suggesting that I'm investing in it. I'm saying if you got hit with it and you were unaware of the law or whatever, and somebody's like, well, you could have gotten sued for $100,000, but since basically it was just the tip of this law, you're only getting hit with 20K. Like, I mean, I feel like that's a good deal, right? Like, all right.
You pleaded from reckless driving down to just speeding. And you're like, fuck it, whatever, I'm good.
I'm starting to make up more facts as go along. It's like, well, what about if I didn't finish? What if she didn't swallow? We got to break it down and have all sorts of different things for this. Like if $100,000 is for putting it in at all, all right. Well, I'm gonna get my $100,000 worth, right? Like, and I'm guessing you hit that $100,000 mark. Like, I mean, we already home wrecking, so we might as well go buck wild with it. Like, check all the boxes. There's no reason to hold back at that point. Like, you're like, hey, every time we do this, I'm gonna get my $100,000 worth, baby.
We're all in so much trouble.
Also, I like Gabe chiming in, letting us know that a Class 2 misdemeanor in the state of North Carolina has a max of 60 days in jail and a $1,000 fine.
Whew.
So you're not likely to see any sort of real jail time for that. You might get a weekend if you really wanted to push it. So just take the money.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, just make sure you have that list of states handy if you plan on banging somebody's spouse, right? Like, make sure
South
you're not
Dakota,
in one of those.
Utah, Hawaii, North Carolina, and where else?
Mississippi was one of them too.
Mississippi.
Hawaii's the interesting one to me too, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the one that I would figure
Yeah,
that they wouldn't have that law in the books. Maybe.
No, it is not. You want to know why? Hawaii has a giant Mormon population.
Oh,
Really?
I think Mormon is that's what Mount Teo was. And that's why he felt so isolated and stuff. It's well, they're the first missionaries to get down there, and they took root. South Pacific. There's a big Mormon thing in the South Pacific. Hawaii, Tonga, especially. Yeah, there's a lot of Pacific islands that are very Mormon. So
Well,
I'm
on
not
behalf
super
of
surprised it's there.
Well, on behalf of both Mookie and I.
There's
Because
a
I
BYU
had no idea.
BYU campus. There's a BYU campus in Hawaii.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah, I didn't know that.
You could go.
They've
you
got
could
like
go-
Provo, Utah. They got somewhere in Idaho, and then they have Hawaii.
So why are all their students not down soaking in Hawaii? Because that seems like the one out of the three to pick.
Soaking in Hawaii.
Because not all Mormons are born the same.
Yeah,
I mean, most of them are, but it's expensive.
I mean, I
that's
guess
fair.
my next question would be Mississippi. Like, do you home wreck if it's your sister? Like, I mean, how does that work there if you're banging your family members? I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to look that one up in Mississippi. I feel like they run into that a little bit more often. Where it's like, moving on.
Nope, just gonna save you right there. Exit ramp, Scott.
Fair enough. All right, let's move on.
Basketball's happening. I think is that a thing that's going on?
Moving on to college football and the never-ending story. Although I guess this is the end. I don't know. I'm so fucking sick of hearing about this. Head coach Sherrone Moore is gonna get suspended for 2 games for the Connor Stallion shit because we're still talking about that. I guess Michigan self-imposed this nonsense, and conveniently they picked week 3 and 4 when Michigan's playing Central Michigan and Nebraska. Moore can't be around the team, blah, 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 blah. This story is so old, so boring, so, a few years ago. Like, again, I can't believe we're still talking about this. And I hope that this is the nail in the coffin for this whole bullshit. I hope that all the Ohio State fans can finally shut the fuck up about it, even though I know they won't. And we can move on. But, yeah. Congratulations, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I just love the fact that Nebraska has fallen so far that they rank about the same as Central Michigan.
Central Michigan.
They're like, we can pick the games, so we choose these. They're not worried about Nebraska or Central Michigan. Like, that's awesome. Like, I love how even during all this nonsense, they still managed to slip in a fuck you to the Huskers.
It's wild. They're more worried about the Chippewas than they are the Cornhuskers, and that's crazy. However, gotta tell you, 8D chess move by Michigan to just get ahead of this and choose the weeks they are going to suspend the coach so they can go to the NCAA. But, oh, look, we punished him. We did it. We punished him.
Yeah, they probably got word.
we punished him, guys. We punished him. So, hey, you guys can ease up. You don't have to extend any more punishments to us. And it's just another case of the NCAA being the NCAA, and it just makes no fucking sense. So just
Mike asking the question.
Players, whatever.
Mike asking the question that I wondered when I saw they picked their weeks. It's like he wanted to know, do you think Michigan tried to do non-sequential weeks? Like, hey, we're self-imposing for week 1 and week 3. That's what I would do. I mean, if you're self-imposing and you're, doing it, yeah, I mean, you might as well set the precedent for it. Like, what's the worst they could do? Like, come back and be like, well, we were going to suspend you for 2 consecutive games. That's not how it works. Like, I don't believe there's ever been a rule about how and when you get suspended. It says 2-game suspension. It doesn't say consecutively. So
if there's anything this country has taught me in the last 10 years, it's that corrupt people that want to do non-consecutive things are just allowed to do whatever the fuck they want. So
especially in the last couple of months, it's really hammered home. You see these set of rules? I don't really want to. If I don't really want to follow them, I don't have to. So
if that's the case, I can't wait to hear what war crimes fucking Michigan commits against Nebraska in the second week of just in the first quarter, just fucking Canadian war crimes from World War I, just in the game. I'm here for it.
War crimes in the football game? Like, you talking like poking buttholes in the pile, or are you talking about just like straight up popping dudes in the throat?
Wait. Did you just? Are those the two poking a dude in the butthole or fucking a dude in the throat? Is that
chopping a dude in the throat? Like,
oh,
karate
okay.
chop,
See,
like,
I misheard you. I thought you said fucking a dude in the throat. I'm like, wow, that's a wide chasm there. Like,
that is
geez.
also.
But like, and I'm
wide.
pretty sure
Right.
if you fuck a dude in the throat on the football field, that's definitely a war crime. Like,
Probably gonna have some
100%.
problems there. Yeah, it's gonna be some issues. You're gonna have to get ahead of that one because as we all know,
Yeah, you better
consent is the
suspend
love
yourself for a
commandment.
few games for that
That's
one.
important. I just want to make sure I respect our robot overlords and call out the obvious hypocrisy and cowardice of this move. All right, cool. We're protected there. There's no other notes on this story here from ChatGPT though. They didn't give me a whole lot to respond to the war crimes against Nebraska.
That was a Matt Barr original there. So
Yeah.
I don't think ChatGPT had that.
They're just gonna start lobbing like Gatorade bottles over there, and Nebraska's gonna start drinking them, and they're gonna turn them into hand grenades. So all the players just desperately go to grab them, and it's what Canada actually did in World War I. That's the more you know.
Okay, yeah, here, hold on. I got this.
I like the idea that every time we do it, you got to go.
You're queuing up the star. Yeah, so anyways, fuck Michigan. But in other football news.
Yeah, well, no, I wanted to read this one because the way that ChatGPT put this one in the rundown, I'm not sure if it understood that it didn't mean that Justin Tucker actually was like physically cut. But Justin Tucker got cut from the Ravens this week. They released a statement. It was real BS, basically like, oh, we really enjoyed his time and blah, 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 blah. We wish his family all luck. When everybody knows that this is because my man got bagged for being the white kicker version of Deshaun Watson at the massage parlors. So that finally came to a conclusion, his time in Baltimore, because they cut him. But again, I think ChatGPT thinks that he was actually cut because it says to clarify if this is satire or story misread, then run with it either way.
Right.
ChatGPT, you misread it. He wasn't physically cut, but
So
yes,
I think ChatGPT was onto something. I think they were onto something because I think every time a massage started, Justin Tucker looked at the masseuse, goes, "Do you think I'm cut?" That's a circumcision joke.
I'm waiting for Mookie to hurry up and get to the booth, this man, but it feels like it's
no. He was going to get to sit in it.
Okay, he's just going to make him sit in
that. He was going to get to sit in that. Yeah,
that's fair too. That's fair too.
Iron that one.
I would like it if Justin Tucker now sued the Ravens for the home record law. Take away my source of income.
Right.
I was forcing myself on masseuses, and you're wrecking my home now. So
Maryland, not one of those states.
Oh, damn.
Maryland, not one of those states. Yeah.
But what if all the massages didn't happen in Maryland? Like, what if he got one in North Carolina?
Or
apparently he was very notorious in Baltimore.
Yeah, he's known in the DC area.
Yeah, the DMV is very well aware.
Justin Tucker is the fondler.
It just makes me think of like the Foz, but not as good.
Yeah, every time he walks in the massage, brother, just hits him with the hey. Oh shit, Justin's here. Whose turn is it?
Oh god. At least he waited to get inside the door this time before he, started shaking it around.
Oh
What's
god,
happening to us today? This is.
How are you gonna drop of shaking it around and then immediately say what is happening to us? Include us.
Like I don't know, man. I got nothing.
Don't rope us in with your bullshit.
You gave me an exit ramp for talking about the hillbillies in the South, and then you drop a Justin Tucker coming in jingling.
Well, yeah, man. Help a brother out. Shit.
Oh.
Hey, as good Charlotte said, shake it 3 times. You're playing with yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, good times. I mean, so yeah, Justin Tucker, he 100% ends up a Cleveland Brown, right?
Absolutely. Hands down.
Bar.
Pause.
See, that's what everyone's saying. I really think he's done. Honestly, I do. I think
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
done.
yes, but
He's
go
kinda
for
dog shit last
the
year.
joke. Like, if he was going to stay in the NFL, what team would he absolutely play for next? The Browns, right?
Seattle Seahawks. Fuck the Seahawks.
I mean, I can't argue with that take.
Yeah, I
wait,
mean,
Pete Carroll's coaching in Vegas now, right?
Oh,
Vegas.
yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
the Raiders and
ooh,
Pete
good
Carroll.
one from Gabe. Gabe says the Patriots.
Ooh,
They are
that is a
known for their
solid
massage
one.
parlors. Yeah.
With Bobby K. Yeah, Bobby
I
K
think-
does
yeah,
love
I
them
think-
massage parlors.
Bob has a soft spot for his fellow massage parlor fanatics, so that could be a soft landing spot. No pun intended for Justin Tucker.
Pause. Pause. I mean, yeah. Nah.
I've got one more football story before we
Oh, do
take
you?
on
Well,
off to other
step
sports. I do, yeah. So
right
come
up
right
to the
on
plate.
down.
Go for it.
So UNC was supposed to have Hard Knocks. They're not anymore. Not getting it. Because
Wait, what?
Thanks, Jordan.
Bill's lady friend
Shocker.
demanded an executive producer role.
Oh, Jesus.
And
What?
HBO is saying no, not happening.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's completely canceled or if it's like kind of paused or whatever. But yeah, Jordan, this lovely woman of unknown origins, is demanding an executive producer spot on this show, which basically means she just wants final say on whatever is posted about Bill. And again, we said it last week. We're going to keep saying it. Bill, bark twice if you're in Milwaukee, because goddamn, this man is not in control of his life anymore, and I feel so bad for him. Look, one of my friends said she looks like a Disney villain, and I've been dying laughing about that
Yes,
since.
absolutely. I could not figure out like what it is that, like, I look at her face. It's so heavily make-upped, like so much makeup every time I've seen her, just completely caked on. But a Disney villain, that is 100% accurate. I like that one.
And she looks like she's 44 years old, and she's only 24, and that's just so
Yeah. Okay, so it's not
And I
me,
just-
right? She does look
Yeah, no,
older
yeah.
than, and it's not just because she hangs around Bill. Like, every time I hear the age, I'm like, there's no way. Like,
Are we
did
sure
I
she's
look
only
that old at
24 though? Like,
24?
this feels like a can we Little League check the birth certificate, right? Like, I think maybe she's playing into it a bit to be like, hey, this sells a lot better if I'm that youngin' that's like sucking the life force out of you. And Mike chimed in saying that she demanded they update her daily on episodes. Bill has hired an outside PR firm to deal with all of this stuff. Yeah. And she ran him off during the CBS interview. So what's to say she's not doing the same with the HBO series? Like,
Look, I think we all wanted. I don't watch Hard Knocks. I'll be the first one to admit I don't watch Hard Knocks unless it's a team I really care about. I kind of just live for Scott's updates on it.
Right.
But I was actually going to watch the UNC one because I wanted to see how ancient as Bill Belichick dealt with 17 and 18-year-old kids, just to see how he treated them, because he treated the Patriots players like shit. So how is he going to treat a child? Oh, I couldn't wait to see it. But now I see how a child is treating him, and ooh.
and so you figure
It's a rough look.
He's going to have a smooth sailing into the 17 and 18-year-olds somewhat appreciating and listening to him, because this one sure ain't.
Yeah, I mean, this is it sucks because I feel like we were deprived of something we didn't even know that we truly wanted. Like, I didn't even think about the angle. I remember when we first talked about this being a thing. That was before we really contemplated any of this whole Jordan crap and it being like a huge factor, because at the time it didn't, she wasn't as front and center. Now I'm kind of disappointed. Like, I feel like we need this chaos in our lives to see like how truly batshit insane she like is. And maybe like the courtroom drama, we could have gotten some actual answers like slipped up and HBO just being like, yeah, sure, we'll give you producer credit, but you don't have final say on any of the edits or anything. Like, they throw producer credits around all the time. Producer credits mean nothing if you're not in the editing room.
Trust
so
me, they'll give that shit to anyone, and then they end up with an Emmy. Like, who the fuck cares? Right?
Yeah, producing credits ain't shit. So
why didn't they just do that though? That's what I want to know. Like,
probably because they just didn't want to deal with bullshit.
It came with strings. It had to come with strings. It had to come with her being able to say yes or no to whatever was put out.
Does she have leverage?
Well, clearly she fucking does, because I guess she has Bill's ear. But I like what Mike just said. And he said if they were looking to go to college for Hard Knocks and Jordan screwed it up for UNC, how is Dion not the immediate next call?
They can't afford him.
They can. Well, first off, they do Coach Prime already on Amazon. So that's something they do. But also, yeah, watching Dion implode as Colorado falls to shit because Shedeur is not there anymore. No more Travis Hunter. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like to watch that downfall because I will fully admit I was there for Dion from the jump. But watching him parade his son, who's not that good, and mock people on Twitter for, my son's going top 5. Where's yours going? Sort of shit. I'm like,
hey, he got drafted in the top 5 day number. Like, it was the 3rd day, so that's top 5 days of the draft.
Yeah, I understand.
Top 5 rounds.
I understand that, but
that's
I mean, Shedeur got drafted in a later round, and Dion has toes. I mean, this is wild.
Ah.
So, Dorian saying Travis is his real son, which is. I mean,
well,
I disagree with that. I disagree with that solely because Dion would not let his son get cucked at every single party he ever went to.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Is that going to last once he gets in the league, or like, are they going to? I don't know. That'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. It could work though, because if the boyfriend is the one that has to go to all the stupid socialite functions, and Travis can just focus on ball. Maybe he's onto something. Plus, then he has that easy out of the $100,000 abandonment of affection cause.
I mean, maybe at the end of the day, Shedeur's just happy that he didn't get drafted in North Carolina, Mississippi, or Hawaii. I mean, maybe there's that. Maybe he plans on home wrecking one way or the other. And he's just happy to be in the league. Who knows?
Just happy to be here, guys.
So some people say. I mean,
yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I think
that's football. Yeah.
Nice. I mean, put a bow on it. What are we going to next? Let's talk baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh shit.
A dumbass fan fell in Pittsburgh last week.
Oh, wow. Okay, I guess we can say that now. They're fine. Is that?
You know what's funny? Before Matt busted up laughing, and you said, "Oh, whoa, is that fine?" I don't know. My follow up to that was going to be, "Is that guy dead?" Because
no,
after he fell,
is
he okay? Yeah,
he's awake in the hospital now, but yeah, dumbass is just.
Yeah, so well, I mean, there was posts and people saying things like almost immediately after it happened. I had saw a Reddit post from somebody who alleged to been in the section with him and said, basically said that this guy was wasted. There was, this isn't sad. This isn't tragic. He had poured a beer on himself like an inning prior to this whole thing going down or whatever. And that when it happened, it was literally this guy just being sloppy drunk, standing up real quickly, losing his balance and tumbling over the thing. He's just like, this wasn't like an accident. This wasn't, something that it was just, this guy was wasted. He's a dumbass. Let's stop talking about him as if this was some sort of tragedy, or if he should be talked about like, oh man, it's such a sad occurrence. It's like, dude should have stopped drinking at some point and shouldn't get that wasted at a sporting event. Mookie
there.
What?
Like, why are you sitting right there on the edge too then? Like, man.
Well, if you looked, if you saw the video, he was like 4 rows up, kind of in the stands.
He was on the first row.
He was on the first row. Yeah, that's
okay. Because
right in the first
it looks
row.
like you did that thing where you
tumbles
put your
up.
palms down. It looks like you put your palms down, you try to lift yourself up on something, and because he's shithouse, because look, I knew. Oh, he's also underage, which that sucks. Be smart.
Oh, he's underage. Dumbass kids.
Dumbass
Kids
kid. But
these days.
also, I mean, you gotta I knew he was shit faced.
I knew the minute I heard it.
As soon as I saw the clip, I knew he was shit faced because he was shirtless at a Pittsburgh's Pirates game
on like a Tuesday.
May.
No, it was April. That was April. That was April when it happened, dude. So
it was April. Holy shit!
Yeah, because this was last week. Yeah, this was last week when it happened. Yeah.
Yeah, he's shirtless in Pittsburgh in April. No, yeah, he's fucking hammered. So look, that video, it legitimately looks like someone died. Like he landed on his head and
man, it was not great. Like there were the video from multiple angles. Like saw like some cell phone cam from where like the dugout kind of would have been, so you could see it in like the distance as the guy like tumbles through the frame. There's the closer up video where you can see where he just falls. From none of the video looked good. Like none of it looked good. Yeah. But again. My first thought was, without hearing anything, the minute I saw the text notification that said "fan falls from the stands," I was like, a drunk fan. Like that was my first thought. Like there was no doubt in my mind it had to be somebody drunk, because who does that?
And I mean, look,
Sorry, I didn't really mean to time it with like zooming in on you, like who does that, and then going to Mookie. Like that was kind of unfortunate.
Asshole.
That was a bit of directing on my part. My bad, Mookie.
Again, you heard my immediate response of, just don't sit on the edge, bro. Come on now, learn. But when I saw that video, I was like, there was a part of me for a moment. It was like, oh, did they just? Because again, just from the video that's again all the way across the field, it looks like it was one of those really low, low railings. I was like, shit, was dude just sitting there like stroked out? Like I thought they had like a medical situation, and that's why he tumbled. But clearly, he just be responsible.
Pointing out that Mookie doesn't do that; he just pukes in multiple Ubers.
Right. Also, notice my tickets row 9, not 1.
That's the ultimate lesson to take from this.
In the defense of the fan,
to be fair,
very drunk. To be fair, if I was a Pirates fan, I'd probably do the same thing to myself.
I was gonna say, I mean, you're stuck in Pittsburgh in April anyways, so like, life's not great. So
I mean, you're getting to watch the golden years of Paul Skenes right now, where you get to watch him come out and pitch and be dominant, and then you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that he's traded to the Yankees in 3 years.
Yeah. So wait, let me ask you this: since you guys are actual baseball fans, I believe, why did the St. Louis Cardinals give Paul Skenes a standing ovation the first time he played in their ballpark?
Huh?
Because
you hear about that?
Cardinals. I didn't hear about it.
I didn't. That would have been recently, right?
Right. They were talking about it on the radio today because it started off with, why the hell did OKC give Russell Westbrook a standing ovation when he came to the game last night? Yeah, I know. A little weird, right? A little weird.
Why?
No, that makes sense.
He spent the first 10 years of his career there.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
He almost brought them a title. He ran into Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
And he's also been back there almost a dozen times since then.
Has he been back there in the playoffs?
I don't know. Maybe. Sure. Let's say yes. Let's say he has.
And it's totally different. The guy never played for St. Louis. He's only his second year in the league. Like, it's weird.
What the hell are the Cardinals fans doing? They'd be like, we know baseball. So
I have no idea. I didn't know that was a thing.
No, I hate the Cardinals, so anything they do is dumb. So this is just tracking for them.
Oh, okay. That's fair. But that's it for drunk fans falling and standing ovations. What else in baseball?
The Mets have a weird thing. Again, this was one of those stories that is so baseball, and I wondered why they keep track of something like this, because I feel like you could find a statistic like this for any team. But apparently the Mets are very special in that for 16 years in a row now, including this one, they have dropped the 34th game of the season. Ironically enough, it was to the Cardinals this year. Yeah, so the Mets lost 5-4 this past Sunday. It was their 34th game of the season. It's happened 16 years in a row. I guess, it started in 2010. Mets lost to the Nationals. There isn't like a common thread amongst who they've lost to. It's been different opponents. It doesn't mean shit. It's just a very random occurrence, but it's 100% a baseball thing. Like, this is the most baseball of all stats of anything baseball, where somebody looked at the schedule and just happened to find this random anomaly and ran with it, like, and it became national news. Like, basically meaningless, but all right, thanks, I guess.
This is so Tim Kirkchin, it hurts.
Yeah,
like, this is the exact thing that man was born for, is to find out that the Mets have lost 16 consecutive game 34s of their seasons. But also, it's very Mets. Like, this is just something that's like, yup, that sounds right. I have no arguments with it. And I'm guessing that the year they will win their 34th game is the year they stop paying Bobby Bonilla.
Oh, I like that. Did a little, I guess this counts as a Google for Sarah. I'm not sure, but I did a little math, and the odds of this happening, the percentage odds, is 0.002% chance that you just randomly lose 16 years in a row on that one game. It's just kind of impressive.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just such a nothing burger. They play 162 games. Like,
sorry, what's that, Scott? Go ahead. Keep going, Scott. You're right. You got the mic.
Did my video cut out though? Like, you feel like you just put that up when the video cuts that out. Just
well, it did.
Feel like it.
It's bad.
Oh, did it?
But
okay. Big shocker.
There you go.
I didn't pay my internet bill, but anyway, yeah, it's just such a nothing burger. Like, again, I feel like you could look at any team, like, just pick a random game out and find some weird anomaly like this amongst 162. Like, I don't know. It's such a weird thing for somebody to even find. Like, who's looking for this? Like, who's tracking the 34th game?
I know exactly.
Tim Kirkchin is.
Well, yeah, man, the degenerate gamblers. There's someone out there who's putting money on this shit.
Well, I mean, it also means that there's an inverse out there somewhere. Some team has a 16-game winning streak.
has won the 112th game for 15 straight years.
Yeah, like, so that's a thing. Like, so that's all that tells me, is that the opposite also is true somewhere amongst the teams. But again, who gives a shit? Like, it's just so baseball, so fucking random. I also kind of love it. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I love it too, and I hope they can. I legitimately hope they continue this almost forever, because, like you said, it's 162 games.
There it is. There's the key question.
You
Erlon wants to know: do you fade or trail the Mets in Game 34 next year? And I'm saying right now, I'm calling it right now.
Fade them.
No, I'm telling you right now, they're gonna win next year. They're gonna win, because now it's the thing. That's
what I meant. That's what I meant. You fade them. Losing.
Yeah.
You fade them.
All right. Yeah, fade them. Losing. Yeah. 100%.
Public. It's now been public that Mets are gonna have Game 34 in their locker room, ready to fucking go. Juan Soto is gonna hit 2 home runs. Pete Alonso is gonna go 3 for 4, and he's gonna duck run his way to another triple for somehow. It's going to be a wild game. The Mets are going to win by 10 next year.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Fade the Mets losing Game 34 next year. So I guess it's trail them.
I'm going the other way with it, but all right, we'll see what happens, because I'm making a reminder for next
We've seen your gambling prowess when it comes to fading teams. Like, you usually either give up or start losing a bunch. So yeah, whatever way Mookie's going on that Mets 34 game, I'll take the opposite side of. Period.
I'll do it right now. I'll put it right now on record. I'll bet you $20 right now.
Ooh. What say you, Mookie?
I say the Mets win Game 34 next year.
I'm in. Lock it in. Absolutely.
Lock it in.
I'm taking it.
It is $20 on Game 34 next year. I'm going to be so locked in on a Tuesday in early May. I can't wait. I'm gonna watch every fucking.
I set the reminder for March 1st.
Requires us to remember this too.
No, see, we're good. We're covered. I set the reminder for March 1st of 2026.
Mike pointing out that this is too rich for Mookie's blood, Mister.
Hey,
bet $2 at a time.
I had a really good
March. Just like pulling dimes out of the couch. Like, I swear to God, I've got it around here somewhere.
See, here's the thing: like, when you're good at what you do, you don't have to worry about having the $20, because I know that money's coming my way. I don't have to worry about paying no one. It's fine.
See, I don't sports bet against sports books because I always lose. I sports bet against my friends because they sports lose. So I can't wait for you to pay me the money next year, bud. I'm so excited.
Look, I will gladly do it because I have 110 games left this season of the White Sox losing to make up enough to pay for it. I'm okay.
Oh, are you fading the Rockies now?
I am. I'm fading the Rockies and the White Sox. Chose a bad time to fade the Rockies and kind of took a lesson from Mike's book and didn't learn it because I was like, you know what? The Rockies suck worse than the White Sox. I'm going to go in with 5 units to start.
Ooh,
they chose
big spender.
That exact moment to go in a 2-game winning streak.
One unit to fade teams.
I know. Well, I do 1 unit for the Sox, and I'm doing 2 units for the Rockies to make it interesting. And like I said, we're sitting pretty, bruh.
Mookie dropping a quarter at a time. I don't know how you do it, man.
No, I'm betting $1 and winning a quarter. Okay.
We need to go back to Pittsburgh baseball news because I think I found the story that I didn't understand what ChatGPT was saying in the rundown notes. But the headline here ties it all together. Pirates suspend employee after video shows him punching, whipping fan with belt in post-game altercation.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to read this one because I'm finding this out right now. A Pittsburgh Pirates game day employee was suspended by the team following a post-game altercation with a fan that was caught on video. The altercation reportedly occurred at PNC following Sunday's game. Started when the fan and his friend allegedly started harassing a female concession stand employee. The game day employee, who has not been identified, reportedly intervened and diverted the 2 men away from his coworker, at which point the situation got heated with a face-to-face argument. Video taken by a bystander shows the employee trying to walk away but being followed and taunted by the fan. In the video, the employee eventually responds by throwing punches. The employee appears to land about 5 punches in the head of the fan, who stays on his feet. Later, the fan is seen spitting on the employee, who then takes off his belt and starts whipping the fan. The Pirates released a statement. They say, "We are aware of the unfortunate incident that occurred following the conclusion of yesterday's game at PNC Park. Blah, 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 blah. He's been immediately suspended. This incident is under further investigation. Police have gotten involved." What the fuck is going on in Pittsburgh? In the stands, in the concourse? Holy shit.
I saw the video. I saw the video of the fight. So I did not see the 2 fans harassing the concession worker. However, I will say that the 2 guys that were doing harassing were white and the worker was black. And when he took that belt off, it reminded me of Django Unchained when he kills his first guy and he just grabs the whip out of his hand and starts beating the fuck out of the slave driver, because that's what it looked like. And I'll tell you what, I am 100% on the side of the worker. Beat their ass, because people have gotten way too comfortable with saying whatever the fuck they want without catching an ass whooping. And so I am 100% behind the worker that beat their ass. He also landed like a 2-piece with a combo and a biscuit multiple times on this dude. How he was still standing, I don't know. He was probably spitting blood back on the fucking worker because he got pieced the fuck up, and I loved every second of it. And then after he gets spit on, the worker backs away. He backs away. He rips his belt off, folds that motherfucker in half, and starts wailing on the dude. And I'm like, yes.
Gabe pointing out that half of me will love this, but all of me loves this, honestly.
Make ass whoopings great again. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, while Bar was talking, I watched this. Yeah, I watched this video, and in the description, as soon as I hear, okay, this guy was trying to walk away and still getting harassed, that's generally where I draw the line. Like, especially as an employee or whatever the fuck it may be. Like, if I'm trying actively to de-escalate a situation and you just keep going, well, at some point, all bets are off. And, I don't care if I'm at my job or whatever. you spit on me and you push me to the point, and he's defending a female coworker. Like, he's 100% in the right. Like, fuck this fan, fuck this guy, and I'm glad he got his ass whooped. I mean, with laws and everything, it's total bullshit that he'll probably be the one that takes the hit on this, but good for him for standing up for himself and the employee, and fuck this drunk ass fan.
Where the hell was like security and shit too, though? Because like, again, if this was like actual event security and they whooped his ass, like no one would be suspended because that's like your job. But apparently this must have been another concession worker because it's an issue. No, so where the hell was the security in the stadium?
He's the guy that beat the dude's ass is an usher and saw them harassing concessions. This is also when the game's over. Like, people are leaving the stadium. They're walking on the way out. And like, you can see, like, even in the video, you can see there's like families that are like ushering their kids past, like, do not get close to this. Do not get close to this. Like, people are just trying to leave the stadium. So security is
where the cops? Where are the cops?
They're on the field, making sure people don't run on the field.
Well, clearly they don't have enough of them then. Like, why are you so worried about protecting your fucking grass when this is where shit's going to happen? You got people falling out of the stands. They're so drunk. Like, why are there not people in the concourse where everyone's going to funnel through and leave? Said you got to protect the fucking field. My God.
Well, and Biscuit making a very good point. That's how he's probably going to lose his job. Hashtag I stand with employees. I 100% stand with employees. I have actually yelled at my own mother for her being a bitch to a Taco Bell employee, like just totally out of pocket. I mean, we've all had stuff forgotten at a fast food restaurant. Taco Bell,
if they get your order right, it's a miracle.
Right.
I order 12 things because I expect to get 10.
I'm right, and I mean, called Monica a bitch.
Look, she was totally in the wrong with the way she approached the counter and the tone and everything. Like, I'm all about getting what you paid for and making sure things are right. But you go up there to the person who probably didn't even put the order in the bag or whatever, right? Like, they took the order. And there's a way to present yourself if you want to get, things fixed without being a giant prick. And my mom she was horrible to this person. And I walked away, but the minute we got out of there, I was like, Mom, like, you cannot act like that to employees. Like that, they're not there to just get berated for the mistakes they make. Like, and you didn't even give them a chance, like just going, but I'll be GD'd if I if I saw somebody fighting an employee over something like this. Like, what an asshole of whoever shot this. Like, look, I'm also very much a fan of the WorldStar guy who is always there to make sure shit like this getting recorded, because otherwise we don't have video. But man, like, you're just sitting there recording this shit, watching it all go down, like not intervening, not saying anything, and just like, oh man, this is good video. Like, that person sucks too, kind of, sort of. I'm not gonna lie.
Would you get involved? Would you get involved, or would you record, Scott?
Pass.
Scott kind of sucks too.
That's the right answer right there. That is the right answer.
Scott kind of sucks too. As long as we got that on record.
I love how Scott is the one who started the show off in the first 90 seconds going, say, fuck it, I'm going to be the first one to drop the F-bomb. And then here we are an hour later, and he's like, I'll be GD if I'm going to be sitting here standing nearby. I tell you what.
I never said that, but also, if I saw a member of the tribe, too, whipping out a belt on, I might join in. I'm not going to lie. In the climate we live in. Are there any cameras? Are there any cameras rolling?
This is all on that dude, because the minute someone goes for the belt, like that's it. It should it should be done. You got to walk your ass away because you ain't gonna win that.
Just ask Adrian Peterson's kid, when the switch comes out, you lost.
That's right.
Sarah chiming in saying, hey guys, sorry for the tardiness. The only dry day means the yard was stalling kid mode most of it. Sarah, that reminds me that because we haven't had a dry day here, and the dry moments that we've had, like, I've been indisposed. My grass will be hitting the 2-week mark yesterday, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to go out there and hit it with a hatchet before I actually mow it. I've been dreading it since last Thursday. Like,
here's what I want to know.
I hate it, man.
What's worse, the guy your situation where it's been 2 weeks and it's probably 1.5 feet tall, or what we got going on where I keep trying to take advantage of the 30, 45-minute windows. So we have 4 different heights of grass in our yard right now. Because I got out there yesterday, I was like, sweet, I got 60 minutes. I can bang some of this out. Like, I got a patch cut and whatever, but like, there's 2 sides on either side that are a different length in it. And this was also the 3rd day that I had tried to cut. So there's literally 4 different levels of grass. Thankfully, the front yard is 1 length. The backyard has 3 different tiers, though. It's
Your backyard has like a high top fade.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, except there's like a stripe right down the middle of some of it. We got these dogs be shitting in the house, and the grass is too long because it gets little paws wet. Like, get the fuck out of here.
So
Your
Mookie's
dog
yard looking like
house?
Chuck Liddell. Got it.
Yeah, it's very Chuck Liddell vibes right now. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, so I feel your pain.
It's only gonna get worse.
Tank
Speaking
saying
of
"Boomer's
boomers,
gonna boom." Scott, yeah, well,
I like
no
his
doubt.
previous comment before that one where he said, "Stand your ground laws should count if someone spits on you," and fuck yeah, they should.
No,
If
100%.
you spit on me, we're gonna.
Oh,
It's hot.
yeah, I know.
That's off, man.
I'm gonna need help with this one. But like most disrespectful thing: sip, chug, drain, pour, and spitting. Somebody spitting on you. I don't want to. I was gonna try to somehow, but spitting,
Slapping
is like
you.
the ultimate.
Someone just slapping you.
Yeah, somebody
It's hard
just slapping you
spit
out of
on,
nowhere.
man.
A bitch slap. And then I don't know. I can't think of a third one. We got to come up with a third one. But I already know like nothing's worse than getting spit on, man.
Absolutely not.
Which is why I'm looking forward to this when this goes down with Biscuit. He says, I get yelled at my job often. One of these days, someone's going to fuck around and they will find out. If I see someone recording, I'll make sure I yell Craft Brewed Sports instead of WorldStar.
I need that video to go viral. This Biscuit yelling Craft Brewed Sports and then beating the fuck out of him.
Dude, taking and whipping his belt out and just, bah! Craft Brewed! Bah!
I'm gonna be on the video of the ass whooping over to the side, recording the guy recording this ass whooping.
Craft Brewed Sports!
Oh man, that the visual of that is so amazing.
That's got to be the new niche. Is we just got to find ballpark fights that we can record and just scream Craft Brewed Sports in the background of them.
Gabe also pointing out that you live on a golf course, Mookie. So that hideous grass, like, aren't they gonna? Isn't in your HSA or HSA?
HOA.
Your HOA.
It is. The city of Springdale has a law about it because I've gotten notices before where they're like, you have.
Oh, have you?
This under I think it's 2 inches of length. They
Mm.
don't fuck with no mome over here. So I guess
you know there's some 54-year-old white woman that is not employed that has nothing better than
100%.
than to bust out the ruler and go around measuring people's.
Well, and the kicker when that shit went down,
I don't live in HOA anymore.
What cracked me up is when it happened. I had actually spent the time. I printed out on paper with a printer, a novel concept these days. Printed out on paper, laminated it, and taped it to like a yard sign, like you'd have for like elections or whatever. I custom made one that said, "We're participating in No Mow for the bumblebees." Did that shit right by the front walkway. I come home from work to find this summons or this notice, and I'm like, I wonder if he saw the sign, like whatever. And I look at the video from the Ring camera or whatever. Dude walks up the driveway, looks at the sign, walks down the sidewalk, and still sticks that shit in our door. Like, give a fuck about your bees, bro. Mow your lawn. Like, all right, I see how it is. But yeah, so again, my wife, she made sure to say, hey, when you had that 1 hour, get the front lawn first. Get the front yard first, get the back sorted later. So the front ain't looking too shabby. So I'm kind of.
Oh yeah. And of course, the front is the showpiece. So like your backyard can look like hell.
That's the fate of the haircut.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That's the fate of the haircut. You get the
front.
And then,
the front's got to be tight. I mean, that's why I'm concerned, because like today was the first day where you could legitimately argue, like, okay, but it's rained so much in my yard, like
supposed to rain still today too.
Well, yeah, and I mean it did, and it rained the early part of this morning, but the sun came out, and if I didn't have baseball practice, you could make an argument that like tonight I should have got out and done it. baseball probably can stop that. But tomorrow, it's totally clear, 24 hours without rain. I'm gonna get out there and spend the 9 hours that it's gonna take me. I'm dreading it so much.
And with this, thank you so much for listening to Craft Brewed Lawn Care. We are here.
Well, this is the old people segment. It came later than usual because Mike's not here, but here we are at 9:15. The old man segment has finally come through.
And Biscuit is exactly right. We got a yard mow. This is the front,
there it
the
is. Hell yeah!
And man, it's maybe I'll put a picture up on the group because man, dude, it's.
I don't want no evidence. I don't want no evidence of my lawn.
Anyway, I heard the basketball playoffs are going on.
Yeah.
LeBron,
sure. Doing something about that?
Maybe.
Boom shakalaka!
So the Lakers coach JJ Redick, who this playoffs also played his 5 starters for the entire second half with no subs, came out and complained that his team needs to be in better shape. And somewhere the Dallas GM is laughing his ass off at fat Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
This is one of the most poetic things that has ever happened in the NBA. And I ultimately think that the trade of Luka Doncic is going to be a bad thing for Dallas unless they're trying to move to LA or Las Vegas, which we've already kind of discussed on this show. But God damn it, he was kind of right on this one. And I know he's smiling somewhere with his team with a lottery pick, but man, the Lakers looked slow. They looked old because they are slow and old. And they got bounced by my new favorite player, maybe of all time. Jordan's up there. White Chocolate's up there. But Anthony Edwards.
I mean, dude
this man revels on chaos, and I absolutely fucking love him. The dude's out on the streets outside the Staples Center in LA, walking down the street, talking shit to Lakers fans to their face, listening to what they had to say and giving it right the fuck back. And look, if we get more guys like this, the NBA might be back. It might be back if we get more guys like this.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. The all of the things that surrounded Anthony this week and knocking out the Lakers and him trolling the fans and having to back and forth with them throughout the entire series. Like, this is what the NBA needs. Like, villains, especially ones that are having, a playful relationship with opposing fans. Now, look, if the fans start going Pittsburgh with it, then we got to draw a fucking line. Because, I don't know about you, but I'm not coming. I don't want Anthony Edwards throwing hands at me. I don't feel enough pride in any of my teams to want a professional athlete to throw hands. But just in general, like, this is what the NBA needs. Somebody to rally around that hates the Lakers.
I mean, if that's all we're looking for is Laker hate, like, let's go.
Hell yeah.
Because Anthony Edwards was also wasn't he the one that was like, hey, remember my junk is bigger than yours? Wasn't that him earlier in the series?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
wasn't
he
that
got
long
suspended
ago.
or he got
He's
fined for
already
that.
outdone that. Look, here's the thing that cracks me up is I think, didn't he say this summer he doesn't want to be the face of the league? And it's like, well, but if you keep winning the way that you are, sorry, buddy, you're gonna be the face of the league because people fucking love you. Like, I'm here for it too. Like, I can't wait to see how this plays out. Now, here's the real question though. How far do you think the Timberwolves can actually go in the playoffs? Like, are they a legit title contender?
I don't know. I haven't watched the full NBA game in about a decade, so I have no opinion on that.
I don't know if they're a legit title contender or not. I hope they are because I want them to be. Because look, Minnesota doesn't win shit. The Twins don't win. The Vikings don't win. The Timberwolves don't win. I'm always here to see a segment of the country that never really seems to win. Also, the Twin Cities vote overwhelmingly in the right direction. So I'd like to see them get a win. Can they? I don't know. I hope so. Because look, ever since I saw Anthony Edwards, you guys ever seen the movie Hustle with Adam Sandler? And Anthony Edwards in there just being like the villain in that movie. I don't even think he was acting. I think they told Anthony, "Hey, go play basketball, and we're gonna put a mic on you and go play basketball."
I thought it was a
documentary.
of
Record
Adam
everything
Sandler.
you had to say. I fucking love it. I think this dude is awesome. I also think he's Jordan's illegitimate son along with Jimmy Butler. But yeah, I just really hope he keeps going because the NBA needs a little bit of this. The NBA's gotten stagnant in the last 10, 15 years. It's been LeBron or it's been Curry or it's been Joker, and that's it. And some new blood, some new zest, some new shit talkery. I'm here for it. I like to see it.
What do you define zest as?
Pass.
The green bar soap.
Fair enough. So I do think they have a shot. Oh shit. They have a shot though, because they got the Warriors who, like, look, they aren't the Warriors of old. Everyone knows that. And they're old. I did not realize Jimmy Butler is like 36, 37. I didn't think he was that old, but I think the Wolves take them. Then you've got winners of Thunder Nuggets. I got to be honest. I don't see the Nuggets as a real threat. Like, for example, they're 10.5 point dogs to the Thunder in game 2 after just having won game 1. But even there, the Thunder, I still think, are a fairly young team. So, like, you can make a case that the Timberwolves have I don't want to say easy, but passable route to the NBA Finals. Like, I don't know. I like their chances.
I'm here for it. I mean, I want to see Anthony Edwards do well. I want to see Minnesota do well. I still think we're going to see some Steph Curry magic. I think he's got a little bit left in the tank. He'll probably knock down some crazy threes like he did in the gold medal game in the Olympics, and then they will lose in the next round to whoever. But, you know, who doesn't love Thunder Nuggets, Sarah?
Are Thunder Nuggets the same thing as Dino Nuggets? Or
I mean, well, Dino Nuggets are undefeated. We all know that. Like, that's just not even a question.
They're the only kinds my spoiled ass bitch ass kids will eat. So, but what are Thunder Nuggets the same thing I'm thinking of, or
is Thunder Nuggets just a new way to say Raising Cane's?
Oh, if it's not, we should make it.
I was thinking it was big giant balls. Like, I'm gonna hit you with my Thunder Nuggets and get sued for.
Rocky Mountain Oysters.
I'm gonna get sued. I'm gonna get sued for $100,000 after I hit you with my Thunder Nuggets.
Worth it?
Hit me with that homewrecker law after I hit you with the Thunder Nuggets.
That looks very uncomfortable.
He backed all the way away from the camera.
Literally as far as I could go.
You need it farther, though, I feel like.
Oh, shit. Totally worth it. Totally worth it.
So that's basketball.
I was like, I just want to see how long Mookie does it before he does something.
So again, I did want to at least, if we're segueing, I did want to make sure I gave a Papal Conclave update. So we're expecting the first election here tomorrow, Wednesday. Odds are there's not going to be anyone that, wins the papacy in that first vote. But from there, it's a daily vote where things we could have resolved as early as Thursday. So no real update other than, stay close to your radios, folks, because we could have news at any moment starting in 24 hours from now of who the next pope will be and whether or not we cashed on the Papal Enclave pool.
I like to note that Mike's question about what the fuck are you guys doing to the show came up the moment you started talking about the Pope.
We let Jesus take the wheel, and this is where he led us.
And the most important question, Gabe, asking how's the Black Pope odds looking? Because I saw aren't there two of them? Are there two?
There's a couple. There's a handful. So last week when we did Pope or hockey player, you did correctly nail at least two of the Black Cardinals in contention, but I believe there's 6, I think, out of 155, maybe, give or take. Here's the kicker. They're not posting any new odds. There's no new information coming out, which to me is pretty impressive, that there's no leaks or anything else like that. We did have two, what do they call it? 2 Cardinals drop out of the electorate from one was ill and then the other one was of old age. And he just said, I'm not really in for this. So A little bit better odds now that there's a smaller field, but yeah, you just got to stay tuned. You just got to stay tuned to the secret ballots that they cast and they announce the result of by putting smoke up through a chimney. So it's really riveting stuff.
But I don't understand. They do like 3 different votes. Is that the deal? Like, because I saw it was like, the last one got voted in on the second vote, and I was like, wait, what? There's multiple rounds of this fucking voting. Like, I don't understand how those things work. I thought they were just sitting around and they just decided on a name and then shot the smoke up the chimney. Like, I didn't know.
It's basically what it is, but they vote once a day. So they take a vote and then they basically sit there and hang out and chit chat and strategize and pray to Jesus and listen for a sign. And then they vote again. And if they don't get, I don't know if it's like a majority or whatever, but if there isn't a winner, then they just keep doing it till someone eventually gets elected. Kind of like the Speaker of the House, except, no, there's really no difference. It's just about as unholy.
I was gonna say presumably not evil.
Yeah.
This has
anything to add to the Pope
Catholic
conversation?
This has been Catholic talk. We've had old man talk. We've had Catholic talk. I mean, we are.
Mike is watching this thinking,
close.
this is it. This is the last time I can ever not be on this show. They talked about the Pope for way longer than they should, though.
He did say if it's not Pope Kevin or Pope Pizza Bella, we riot. I'm rooting for Pizza Bella.
Yeah, I think Pizza Bella is my ultimate choice.
Like beautiful pizza, right? That's what that translates to. And
pizza, dancing pizza, but also biscuit. That's right. Thank you for correcting me. One of the Cardinals did withdraw because of an ongoing fraud trial that he's facing prosecution on. So he did bow out.
Did Trump drop out yet or no?
No, we don't have any morals or stipulations on your, I don't know, decency. Here, but I guess.
Sarah wanting to know the correct question. Do we have a drop for this? And I think that Mike
who isn't having fun because you're the party's degenerate gambler.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I guess that's
Scott over here gambling with his eternal soul. Just throwing
I guess that's the catch-all.
Wait,
I was more thinking of giving Mike more work by like making him.
I mean, that's
come
fine
up
too.
With and thinking of a way to have a Pope intro that we can only use for one more week because it's not like this happens too often. So Mike, get on that.
It could go on for a while. But so we do have stakes in the game, though. You guys know that, right?
Mike's saying that Cardinals fraud trial sounds like a gray area.
Yeah. See, he gets it. Let me.
I thought Trump was the Pope. That's what I saw online. I saw pictures of him. I thought they had already elected the new Pope. Was that not accurate? Also, I just wanted to use the name. I wanted to invoke the name for the algorithm. So Trump. He shouldn't be the Pope. If you're listening now to this show because Trump triggered you, fuck him. Hi.
Okay,
came to the wrong spot.
Here's a question about the Pope. When a new Pope is elected, they generally do white smoke.
Yes.
If we get a
Dude, they should totally go with the black smoke.
This would be the first one in history.
But so the problem is if they do the vote and you don't get elected, that's why they have to use the black. The black smoke has a job too.
What are
you saying about the black smoke?
I'm saying that if they cast a ballot and no one's elected, they use black smoke to signal they have not come up with a decision.
Use black smoke to identify that someone's unemployed. Is that what you're saying?
Sure. If you want to try to twist it that way, great. They're all still employed, just no one got promoted.
I think since he sells out for everything, they just fly Snoop Dogg in. It'd just be a big old plume.
I mean, that'd be fucking sick.
It comes out of it. We got a black Pope!
Multiple ones at the top of that chimney.
Green smoke.
Yeah. Right, yeah. We got a black Pope. Snoop was walking out of the chimney.
The Swiss Guard is gonna have to trade out all their horses for the equestrian horses from the Olympics. They're walking on the set, and they have to. That's how they'll introduce the new. I'm here for it.
Make Pope announcements great again, baby.
The Cardinals were rooting for guys. Are Carlos Aguirre Reyes from Mexico? He's 75. João Braz de Aviz from Brazil. He's 74. But then we got a young gun, Sebastian Francis out of Malaysia at 73. I feel like he's our best shot here. Okay, guys. So that's who you want to keep an eye out for.
So, what is there an age for like a thing for the Pope? Like, I mean, is there...
He backed it in. We're going to overtime.
Motherfucker with the extra dramatic pause and the look to the corner. Anyway, is there like an age limit for it or something? Like, do you have to be a certain age to be the Pope? Because I don't think I've ever like looked into the qualifications for being the Pope. I've never like had that desire. But is there like a checklist you got to hit?
I'm so glad you asked, because you cannot be a cardinal elector once you're above the age of 80. So Angelo Scolia actually got disqualified because he's 83. So it does start to limit the field. I do not believe there is a floor, though, as far as how old you have to be able to be eligible. There is one cardinal in his 40s and 15 of them under the age of 60. So the youngest is Mikola Bajcek from Australia at age 45. Yeah.
I can't wait for Foster's to become the official Vatican beer.
I mean, that would be top notch.
I feel like we need some young blood. Like one of the 40-year-olds needs to become Pope, and then just Pope for like
40 years.
Just Pope forever. Like long as like instead of having to redo this every so often because these popes are near death when they get elected. Hey, get a 40-year-old guy in there. You just Pope for a couple of generations.
What's wrong with doing the election a little more often, man? Like everybody would love an opportunity to see smoke out the chimney. Why not? In the climate we're in, I'd like a Pope dictatorship. Just go in there and take over. So you're leaning all the way in. I was gonna say, don't we want shorter term limits? Isn't that something we're seeking out here? But whatever.
Barr has.
Who would have thought that the church would be the most progressive with term limits by electing old ass people?
Right.
I can't believe it. We've come full circle.
I mean, I feel like that's a good place to get to these beers we're drinking. Like we've done more Pope talk than I've done in my entire life. So let's just go on to the part where we rate these beers. We're doing it on the Caesar scale as always. Dog or no dog. Mookie, remind us what was in your glass, and is it a dog?
I had Tres Amigos lime and salt, and I gotta be honest, man, this was a dog. Like, I think I just had to get over the liminess of it. Like, it was bold, it had some really good flavor, but man, it had some mouthfeel to it. It had some weight to it. Like, this was a fucking beer. I just needed to trust it and get over the fact that it was almost 3 years old. Absolute dog.
Also, Biscuit pointing out that purple smoke means Undertaker was elected Pope, and I'm also here. I'm here for that. Yeah. We gotta mix the Pope smoke up.
So, Matt, check this shit out. You can peel the label off, so you can recycle it easier. That's neat. You guys do that?
Sure don't. I hate the environment. Barr, what was in your mug, and is it a dog?
Oh.
Fuck you. That was good. Cerveza de Oveja, beer of sheep from Hardywood Brewing here in Richmond, Virginia. It's a Mexican lager. It's 5%. It's infinitely drinkable. I wish they would bring it back for more than just basically Cinco de Mayo because the brewery's a little. It's a dog. Love it. Can't wait to keep gripping and crushing them.
Awesome. And I was drinking a disappointing local fruited sour. I guess I gotta just stick with the Urban Artifact. They know what they're doing. Ryan Guys attempted a fruited sour. It is not a dog in any way, shape, or form. Autistic Glow, 4.5%. Just tastes like shitty champagne. Not here for it. It is not any type of dog. I wouldn't run any type of dogs. All dogs have a purpose, even the small ones that I don't like. Yeah. This beer is a cat. It's a fucking cat.
Shots fucking fired.
And not the good kind. Let me tell you that. Boys, you know what this has been? It's been a fucking show. It's been a fucking show, which means that Bar, take it away. It's time for the outro, baby.
Thank you so much for joining us on Craft Brewed Sports. You can find us here on YouTube live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. We'll be here bringing you the absurdity, nonsense, everything. You can find us on any of our social media platforms at Craft Brewed Sports. Make sure you join the Facebook group at Craft Brewed Sports. Facebook group. It's the only reason to still have Facebook. We love it. It's the show between the show. Thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait to see you guys next week.
Holy shit. I don't know how he's got that nailed, but thank you guys for joining us. This has been Craft Brewed Sports. Appreciate you for joining us, Bar. Appreciate you guys in the chat. I love the shows when Mike's here because this gets out of hand and I don't know, it gets goofy. So that's all I got.
Liverpool clinched the Prem this last week. So, hey,
Who cares?
you'll never walk alone, my guy.
Hey, make sure you hit them slopes, baby. We'll catch you all next week. Cheers.
Fuck it, we ball.
I don't know much about your show or what's going on,